Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So we have tropical storm warnings issued for Puerto Rico as we have a record-breaking hurricane season that is continuing.
Which is really, really scary.
Well, thankfully, it won't be too strong as far as this next one, as far as the wind. But, it's not always about the wind. It's been about the rain. And really, if you look at natural disasters as a whole, more people die because of flooding than any of the other ones. I mean, thinking about a scary 8.0 earthquake is terrifying. But when it comes down to it, there's more people that actually lose their lives to the water. So we have the ninth named storm of 2020 will form in the Atlantic by the end of the day on Wednesday. And so this one is taking a more typical path from what we've seen with other storms that have impacted the U.S. Florida in particular is right there, as it looks like it's going to be heading that way. As you can see, the winds should be minimal, perhaps a category 1, as Sassy's getting riled up. Sorry, guys. Perhaps a category 1 hurricane, or maybe just a tropical storm. But again, it's the water. And so this is what it's looking like at the moment. And we see 36 hours before a tropical storm is expected to pass over Puerto Rico. There's power outages being reported right now in various parts of the island, from the northwest to the southwest, to the southeast and the northeast as well. So already you have power outages going on. And as we were talking about Tropical Depression Hannah, barreled through Mexico, leaving 11 people dead or missing. So again, it wasn't the winds, it was 21 inches of rain in 24 hours that did the damage.
There's been so much water lately.
Yeah, that's the situation that we have as in the times of Noah. And this is the damage in Texas from Hurricane Hannah. And again, it was a minimal hurricane, but it's the impact of the water, especially on areas that are already kind of soggy, and you have such an accumulative effect that goes on. So we have a coastal low prompting thousands of rescues in New South Wales. Power disruption to 15,000 different properties. This is in Australia. And so again, this is just a low weather system, a low pressure system. But it did a lot of damage and caught a lot of people off guard. How many people have had been rescued across the globe from flooding? And again, they were urging drivers to not try to attempt to go through some areas because you're going to probably get stuck. And this happens time and time and time again. And as you see here, we have the death toll in Niger raising, and it's gone up to 13 as search teams are recovering more bodies. Look at the flooding there. It's just incredible. And over in Yemen, we have flooding claiming at least 17 lives. And of course, there's millions of people that are hungry right now. And the crop losses keep mounting all across the globe. And you have severe flooding over in Saudi Arabia as well, as we see, just incredible amounts of water inundating the desert.
Yeah, well, the desert needs it,
Yeah, but they don't need that type of flooding. Nope. And more Chinese cities on lockdown. And we have the third flood wave forms in China. Slave labor exposed. There's all eyes have been on China globally right now. There's so much going on. Obviously, the winds of war are brewing. And there's a lot of talk about what's happening to the Uyghurs, the poor Uyghur people in those camps. You have the Yangtze River experiencing its second flood wave, which is worse than the first. And waters from the second flood wave have just passed the Three Gorges Dam and are moving downwards as well. And look at this tweet. I just had to show you guys. The Three Gorges Dam collapse will read something like this. Massive floods roll through China. Nobody was killed thanks to the brave efforts of the CCP. In unrelated news, 3 million members of the Chinese national swim team died in a bus accident.
Yeah, it'll be something like that.
Yeah. Talk about manipulation and controlling the situation, damage control after the fact. This is looking really, really ominous. We've been talking about this for weeks, maybe even months now. Let's hope it doesn't happen. And here we see some of the flooding from the Yangtze River. Pretty inundated. This is a heck of a battle they have going on over there. And then actor Chris Hemsworth, you might know him as Thor, his wife jumps through a car window after getting trapped in floods. So it even happens to the stars.
Everybody. Nobody is immune.
Again, flooding everywhere. And we're on the lookout for asteroids. And everybody we talked to, we just had a session with a lovely family member up in Canada. Great guy. And he was also talking about Israeli News Live, talking about the asteroid situation. There's something coming in September. And Cindy as well has gotten messages that there was definitely the chance of some incoming in September. And here we have one coming by at 0.11 lunar distance. Now that's LD, that's not astronomical unit. So that is a close call. It's the third closest of the year. So it does show that we have things coming by often. We have 48 so far coming within 1 lunar distance since the start of the year. And this particular object, thankfully, is not enormous. And the estimated diameter is between 7.5 and 17 feet. So even if it did come in, it would not be something that destroys civilization, but just wondering, what else is out there. So we got a 6.1 aftershock over in Alaska after that massive 7.8. And there was a massive fire in San Francisco. It was pretty intense. 5-alarm blaze in San Fran. Over 150 firefighters were called on to battle this. And so this one was pretty intense. As we can see the pictures there. Look at all that smoke. And over in Eureka, our brother Calvin was seeing a lot of smoke and wondering what's up with that. There are wildfires going on still. Of course, everybody's wondering if there's going to be any volcanic activity. Shortages are coming. Yes, they are coming. If you follow this channel, Ice Age Farmer, Adapt 2030, all the channels that have been talking about this for year upon year now. While you can, it's a good idea to try to get yourself as situated as you can, because we don't know when there's just not going to be options out there. And so, last time out shopping was almost the opposite of what we saw previously. There was tons of beef. But there was whole sections of canned food that there was just nothing, just empty. So here's a list on some things you might want to stock up on. So they have acetaminophen, number 1, any sort of painkillers. There's natural alternatives as well. And Energy works on headaches like every time. Antibacterial wipes. You know how those things went. Canned proteins. Crackers and cereal. Dog food, don't forget about the pets. Dried fruits, eggs, face masks, flour and other baking supplies, frozen staples, fruit juice, coffee, tea, hand sanitizer, nut butters, and nuts. Like, one of the things that I always buy, I like grapefruit juice a lot. And so during the last time, we went and got some that was, usually I get it from, where you get the orange juice from in the cardboard containers. But last time we just stocked up on some that you didn't have to be refrigerated. So longer term, obviously hand sanitizer was a huge thing. Nut butters and nuts, because there's a lot of calories there and can keep you feeling satiated. Anything that's shelf stable, non-perishable, shelf stable milk, and extra water as well. So I want to thank everybody for their support on Ko-Fi and also on Patreon. You guys keep us going. As always, stay prepared out there. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.